Hello, welcome to Reframing Mindset Podcast. We are clear my head of the thoughts that are preventing clarity, practice my speech, among other things. Episodes range from informative knowledge to funny stories about my experiences, and in the future, maybe include interviews. So subscribe and enjoy. Episodes drop every other day. Okay, welcome back to Reframe Mindset Podcast. My name is Constant Brooks. And this episode I talk about end of July update 2023. I know what's happening is that basically. Me to another end of the month, and I'm still employed and whatnot. And what I realize is um, I got to go to the gym now. I'm able to go to the gym. And it's still a lot of work, just like when I was doing it, the workout at home. But now it's more kind of different in the sense that I can basically, what I did not, what I'm doing now is more treadmill, walks, and such like that. So that is burning a good amount of cardio. What I do is 60 minutes, try to do 60 minutes of those walking. And now the gym have internet and stuff like that. So basically I can just enjoy myself, listen to music or listen to something else while I'm just basically working out. So that's basically something that I really take love. It's still hard work. The music doesn't really take away from the 60 minutes as yet, but um, it is this is more better to me than the basically the six, like how many minutes I would be just doing trying to do that six exercise trying to get my weight down. So I just do that now, and then I on the day that I would actually go to dance with my one of my guests that I usually try to talk about, Tyler. I would go to dance class as well. So basically, I just do that and do the cardio either before or after the dance session. Then let's go to the or if it's before, I just go to the dance session after. And then if it's after, then I just basically just go to the gym after the dance session. Depending on the time that I would reach. And it's like, that's a good way now that I'm using now to actually try to get this weight down. What else is that? Funny when I was at my grandmother's place as well. Another thing was like watering plants or growing plants. Then what is that when my when we are on my grandma's place, my mother usually plant plants, and then she will leave, and she'll say, "Okay, she needs me to actually water the plants." I always hated that. I always hated watering the plants because because I would have to remember to go and water plants. I think about it, or when you're poor, all the things you're thinking about is conservation. I'd be like, oh my gosh, I have to spend water on watering a plant. Spend water and watering a plant. Those, those are the things that you think about when you're poor and really have nothing. It's like so now I'm in the situation now. I'm in the situation. What happens that I have these plants that so I'm at the home, and what happens that my mother would actually go ahead and set the plant to brought something a plant again. And I was thinking the same thing. Why in the world I would go this spend time to actually actively go for water to plant it? But I did not do that, and I actually did not actually go for actual water. And what happened was that it took a while for the plants to grow. But now this rain season, actually, I don't. And what happened was when the plant was growing the first time, then the sun was actually stunting its growth. It was actually burning the leaves. So now this time around, in the second year of the home ownership, the plants are actually growing more fruitfully because I took them out of the sun. Actually, the rain seeds actually gave them enough water, and they were having enough sun. They were so close that they could get the sun without actually getting the burning sun. So now they actually flourishing better, and actually see the value of that now. So it's something I would actually it's something that I may actually invest in actually keeping the beautification, the floor healthy and such like that. Because the thing about it, when you grow older, you have more time for patience, and then when you're in your surrounding now, you see the value of it. So back to my when I was at my grandmother's place, that my mother would say it and be like, "Oh my gosh, no," and not see the value of it. My grandmother now would actually see the value of watering the plant, and she would actually do it to keep it healthy, and that's how the floor actually stay healthy, even though I never did it, and so that's the thing about perspective and life perspective. Uh, when you grow older, you start to understand. The older you grow, the more you understand the value of things, and when you value them, and you value it more when you have to actually put in effort. That's the thing. That's why like, when you're at your own place, you value your own environment. You put in the work to try to make your environment yours, and so so that was really convenient as well. I'm still over 200 pounds, but I'm actually doing the work now. So yeah, I'm doing the gym now. So what happens at the 95 last I really actually have me gaining weight, but doing this gym now and the dance should actually try to keep me down, get me back down. And hopefully doing this gym thing now could actually reach my goal and actually have a better physique than when I actually was doing the home gym stuff. You know, maybe have a better physique by the end of this year, God's willing, this time around. Mhm. And then what also is that this time with working on all those stuff that I'm doing now, cleaning the home is actually getting harder because I'm working all those stuff, and then the day off is as well. So getting the home clean, like sweeping out the home and all those stuff, getting harder because by the time I reach home, I just work and tired and stuff. So all this stuff is getting harder, but you have to actually. It's good for me to actually learn now, so that I can actually make active time to. So when it start click, then I will know what makes it click. And that's the thing about life. You can't actually compare your chapter, someone else chapter 10 to your chapter 1. Because one of the time you're gonna come and see me and say, "Oh, you listen to this episode now," and be like, "Oh my gosh, how he's doing so much great stuff." You have to really sleep. Then the podcast. That's the cool thing about this podcast. It's seen for the beginning, so that you can say, "Okay, this is how things reaches far." So that you can happens that you learn from my mistakes, and then boom, you reach this far at a lot faster with less of the mistakes as I did to actually reach here. I'm like, oh, so that's the thing. hmm So that's basically for this episode, and in July. Uh, Grateful going to August with more work and such like that, but I'm more wiser about the work that I'm doing. So I have to just be grateful, and so that's basically it for this episode. And thank you for listening. I look forward for the next episode. Okay. Another thing as well on this, in the end of the March, July update 2023 was I, yeah, as another lesson is that, the type of friends or company I keep around. So, my grandmother, a lot of my family, older people will tell you the company you keep actually makes or breaks you. And what happened was that one of my friends from university, we actually reconnected a while back. And because of her connections, I was able to actually go into this high end hotel and enjoy this stuff. And what happened was that she actually treated me. So I was actually going there ready to pay due to the fact I'm working now, but she was able to treat me. So that's the thing I talk about networking as well. Once you're gonna grind, and then boom, you're in a situation, you get your your network can actually influence your ability to actually reach some places that you never thought you could reach just by the friends you keep. So sometimes you don't actually need money; you just need the right people, and then boom, you may not be on the same path now, but eventually their path and then your path may collide to actually both of you reach to another level. And what happened was that I met this person when I was young and in my university days, and then now that connection, because that connection was made was actually made so good so young. It actually helped me introduce me to a to a higher to a new level, just to the fact that that groundwork that was built in the early days in the in the university stuff. So I think you have to value the people that you're you're being around. Everybody bully everything and such like that because you never know when you never know how long you're going to live, and then boom, what happens that you turn around and then boom, and that person opens a door for you that you never thought you would need or thought you would get, and then boom, that's another start. And that's how lifelong friendship, that's how marriage start. You found the right person, all those stuff, because of that small seed that was buried, and that weird coincidence of you two meeting, and now this big lifetime fulfilling thing. So that's something that I'm actually grateful for this end of July. Having this person back in my life that could actually introduce us to another level. And you never know how far this friendship will go. Because, as I said, my grandma lived 90 in full life, full in years. So compared to her, I'm just beginning, so you never know. Mhm. That's basically for this episode. Thank you for listening. I look forward for the next episode. Mhm.
Well, this is the end of the episode. Thanks for watching and look forward for the next episode. To support this podcast, go to anchor.fm/cssb/support or become a sponsor for this episode. If you have a product that you want to have more exposure, DM me on the Instagram page, Reframing Mindset Podcast, or on Twitter at ReframingP. Either way would help. Thank you regardless for listening, and here's a preview for the next episode.
36 week 95 experience. I know I said, back where I said when you reach this far, it kind of takes serious because now you can get repercussion and stuff. You can't with great power get great responsibility. So more as you rise, you're getting more responsible, and that's one of those things you're learning this time as well. So what happens that for the work, due to the fact that um I was in due to the team and me as well. So I think it was mostly me, and I was not able to reach at the work on time. We got a later shift again, and one of the thing about the morning shift. The thing about March, you reach, it was really hard to reach due to transportation and stuff like that. But when you reach, time does go. The morning shift